Previously on Top Travel.
When you think Peru, you think Machu Picchu. They go hand in hand.
Oh wow, this is incredible.
And Machu Picchu is perfect and untouched.
I hiked all the way up here in order to see a view of the Machu Picchu ruins. However, I can't see anything.
I'm thinking of that song from Crowded House, 4 seasons in one day.
This week on Top Travel.
We've just arrived in the Amazon and I'm completely beside myself with excitement. It was probably an hour's flight from Cusco and now we've got approximately a 45-minute journey by boat to take us to our destination deep in the jungle.
We have to hurry up, they're waiting for us.
Yes. The only thing though is the one gentleman who's going to be taking us on the boat just casually said to me, watch out for the alligators. Well, yes.
Just be careful, there are piranhas in these waters.
Thank you.
The Amazon is such a different place. We had no concept of what to expect.
It was the most exciting moment of my life. I've always wanted to go to the Amazon jungle, and this was that moment.
Do you always put your life jacket on in this manner?
Sorry, but orange isn't my colour, so I was a bit reluctant to put it on.
There's a book called Life Jackets for Dummies. We went on this fantastic 40-minute journey and my eyes just went pop because you're just looking everywhere. It's that excitement you have inside you. Hello. So that was a typical white caiman alligator.
I want to know how the driver actually managed to spot it because we were that side of the river and he just slowed the boat down and said, oh, spotted an alligator.
To see animals completely at ease in their own environment is a very, very rare opportunity. So the fact that we saw this caiman was an unbelievable experience. It was beautiful.
We arrived at this oasis in the middle of the jungle and you just walk into this place and there's jungle everywhere and there's this beautiful, beautiful lodge.
This is Tambopata National Reserve, which is in the southeast of Peru on the border of Bolivia. This magnificent place is going to be our home while we're in the Amazon, and it's called Inca Terra Reserva Amazonica.
It's situated on about 100 square kilometers of reserve and started off as a scientific lodge about 30 years ago, but in time it's developed into the most beautiful luxury hotel with eco-credentials you just can't beat.
Welcome to Reserva Amazonica.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much.
Fresh towel for you and a passion fruit.
As we arrived, we were escorted through to the main lodge area.
Put our bags down and the first animal we see is this anteater. Well, Jeannie and I thought it was an anteater, but it's actually called a tapir. And bizarrely enough, it's actually related or close to the elephant family from Africa.
Believe it or not, this is only a baby tapir. Apparently, they grow double in size. Hey. And now he's just playing. Hey, baby.
They said, no, don't worry, he's safe, until my entire arm fitted in his mouth. And he was just playing. He was really just innocently enjoying, human company.
Okay, I'm scared now. Okay, no.
This cabañas has been built for keeping the tradition of the Eseja. Eseja is the native community of this area. All our furniture has been made with recycled wood. We have hammocks. It's traditional here with native cotton too, to support the communities. All our amenities in the room are natural, so we don't want to have an impact with the environment.
The room was exactly what Jeannie and I wanted. It was completely peaceful, completely tranquil.
Beautiful wooden lofts, no windows. I didn't see glass within the whole region. There were just mosquito nets everywhere.
Gee, yes, thank you for waiting.
Refreshing for the middle of the jungle.
Yeah, freezing. What I really appreciate about this hotel as well is that it's completely carbon neutral, and that means that all of the carbon gases that are emitted on your journey coming here are absolutely compensated for, because they've kept 7,000 kilometers of rainforest just to emit fresh air back into the world.
It's so freezing cold and so early in the morning, I really could have slept in. But now we're on the way to Lake Sandoval.
It's one of the most beautiful lakes in the area and apparently the richest in wildlife.
Hello.
How are you doing? Your
Very
name,
well,
please?
thank you, Jeannie.
Jeannie, nice to meet you.
And
huh?
Janez.
You too.
Nice to meet you too. Well, we are at the entrance to the Tamopata National Reserve. From here to the lake, we have to walk a 3-kilometer long. That is the distance between the lake and the river. And arriving there, you will take a boat. And there in the lake, we can find giant river otters. Maybe we can see anacondas also, because lake is a protected area. We can see everything here. Okay, let's go.
You didn't tell me it was a 3-kilometer walk.
I'd always had this fantasy about the Amazon, and that was wear your khakis and your beautiful cotton shirts and beautiful boots. And I did exactly that, only I was very sorry I'd done that because everybody else wore gumboots.
And I said to her, Jeannie, you have to put these boots on, we're going through thick mud. No, don't worry about it, I bought these like beautiful cat boots, they're leather, they'll be fine.
It was a decision that I took into my hands where I thought, right, am I going to destroy these boots, or am I going to walk for many, many, many kilometers and hurt my feet in these sticky gumboots? So I opted for comfort.
I apologize, but my co-host didn't want to wear the gumboots. Come, Jeans.
Coming.
So there we are, trekking through the jungle, and our pathway gets more muddy and more muddy and more muddy. And Jeannie was kind of like wiggling her way through the forest, trying to evade the muddy path. It was the funniest thing ever. Eventually, her brand new boots got completely soaked and ruined.
I got the last laugh though, because where the rest of our crew and Janez got blisters on their feet from wearing sticky gumboots, I was 100% fine. The boots, ruined.
Oh, look this tree. Well, when I show you this beautiful tree, this is like a parasite. When the mammals or the birds swallow the seeds after digested, they disperse the seed in the trees, and often remains up there, the seed in the branch, and from there is growing. It's growing, first of all, the branch look in the sunlight, and later the roots are dropping here, and when it's getting the ground, later it's growing and it's squeezing to the host tree. Later it's killing, and after a long time will be like this.
Wow.
And often you will see in the middle, for example, right here in the middle, you can see a big hole that is still. That means that in the middle, long time ago, we had a big tree, no?
Wow.
It's enormous, really. This one is approximately with 200 years.
200 years old?
Yes. It's taken a long time to kill it and also to get this shape like a regular tree, really. The monkey that we have in front is the brown capuchin. These monkeys often they are moving in troops between 15 like minimum and maximum maybe like 25. It's not easy to find it, but we are really very lucky to see them.
We walked about 40 minutes, about 3.5 k's through the jungle, which was 3.5 k's of mud.
Mud. All I saw was mud.
Which meant that we actually walked 6.5 k's because we were kind of worming our way around it.
You cross-sectioning the jungle like this because you're avoiding puddles, you're avoiding animals, you're avoiding trees, and you're avoiding spiders. So basically what's a 40-minute walk is actually 20 kilometers because you're just zigzagging the whole way.
I'm being eaten alive. There's mosquitoes.
Too much mosquito, you know. It's the jungle, the rainforest.
Oh, mosquitoes everywhere. Now, I can't handle mosquitoes. And the thing is, sometimes I really try and be the ultimate professional. So when the camera's rolling, I try not to acknowledge the millions of bugs biting me. But I was just so tempted to go whoosh every now and then because there were really mosquitoes everywhere.
Right there, like 10 meters behind us, right there we saw an anaconda. And a man was attacked over there with a...
You're kidding.
No, that is real, really.
Our guide told us a very, very comforting story about a guy, some tourist who got attacked by an anaconda a couple of years back, so we felt fairly safe.
It was really very scary. It looked like the set of a movie because it was completely murky water. You had the trees hanging over you.
Bush everywhere, monkeys, noises.
I don't know if I've got an overactive imagination, but I was just, every little noise you just think, It actually looked like the movie Anaconda. I was waiting for Jennifer Lopez to jump out and be strangled by a snake, but no, that didn't happen. We went sailing with our little canoe down the creek, and then all of a sudden, all the plants parted, and we went into the most incredible sight I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's like a postcard. You almost got to blink and slap yourself. Is it real? Because it doesn't look real.
The Amazon is the most biologically diverse area in the world, and Peru specifically is known to have the most bird species in the world. So we got to see an unbelievably diverse amount of birds. We saw what was called the stink birds, who looked like very orange chickens, who perch themselves above the trees. They make a tremendous amount of noise, and they aren't calm at all. They just go clack, 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 and they wave their wings. That's all they do. I wanted to see the toucan because I'd romanticized the idea of the Amazon with all these toucans flying around. It's not the case. I think the more beautiful and rare a bird is, the harder you've got to search to find them.
That bird is amazing. Tambopata is renowned for its wildlife. Where else in the world can you see giant parrots and macaws, 4 different species of wildcats, cheeky monkeys, and lurking deep below these waters are anacondas so large they can swallow a whole cow.
Oh, I hope we don't find any of those. It also has a world record for the most bird species spotted in one single day, and there are new plants and animals here found all the time. That's why I think it's so vital that we preserve this very, very rare paradise. Up there in the trees you see 2 red howler monkeys. In fact, there are more than 2. There are about 20 of them, and they feed mainly on the leaves of the trees. Look at them, how cute they are. Look at that one. It's a baby. And here comes another big one. After Lake Sandoval, we had the most fantastic experience. A 40-minute walk back to base camp in our boots through the mud. Luckily, we got to a different mode of transport.
Janez and I took this canoe down the Gamitana River.
We were going to lunch, and when there's food on the horizon, I'm always driven. So I was a very hungry man, built up a very big appetite, and we cruised down the river.
I thought it was going to be a beautiful romantic gondola ride down a stream. It wasn't the case. It was quite terrifying.
Look at the size of the spider. Did you see that?
No. Oh, there's another one. Look over
Yes,
there.
it's the size of my hand.
Lovely. Just don't bring them on board.
I know. This is the Gamitana Creek, and as you can see, it's the best way to view the jungle because it's really relaxing and it's quite an intimate space with you and the animals. Although we've got to keep this boat quite steady because these waters are infested with caimans, with piranha, electric eels. I don't want to become lunch.
Now, these boats are the original boats that we used from the Amazonian people. So they're shaped completely concave. So the slightest movement will move the boat. So even if Janez sneezes, that's going to create quite a bit of unease in the boat. So I was stressing. I was really quite terrified. It was an experience that it was just so overwhelming. I've never come that close to nature before.
There goes my theory about being quiet in the jungle, not to upset the animals.
We arrived at a clay staircase, and that was the point that we knew we needed to stop. So I roped the boat along a pole, trying to do whatever skimmy-majig knot I could do. And we got up and arrived at what was the most incredible oasis.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you doing?
You read my mind.
I was preparing this typical food for you. You have here the typical food. The one is the first one is the juane. It's chicken and also rice. We are cooking first of all, and later we are wrapping again in the heliconia leaf. Here you have the catfish. Really, we are wrapping in heliconia leaf. Also, we are cooking in a steam, like 30-40 minutes, and then it's ready to eat it.
Can you imagine having lunch in the middle of the jungle with the sound of pure nature.
It's just beautiful and really, really captivating.
And you get served the most traditional, fantastic Peruvian cuisine.
Completely tasty and really healthy because a lot of their food is steamed. So it saves all of the flavor and all the nutrients. And it was delicious. It was very, very tasty.
Peru is the most biologically diverse country in the entire world. In fact, in this forest alone, over 2,000 species of animals have been found.
And you can actually find more ants on just one of these trees than the whole of the British Isles. I'm getting the EBGBs just thinking about it. So I think the safest space to view these animals is in this canopy. How does this canopy trail work?
Well, exactly consists in 2 towers. You are in the tower number 1, and you will go thoroughly to the top. And after spend like 20-30 minutes up there waiting for wildlife, you will visit the bridge that we have up there.
How high are we going?
We are going to 30-meter high. Let's go first of all to the top, and later you will be walking between 25-26-meter high in the bridge, really, that are connecting between trees and trees.
Are they safe?
Yeah, completely safe.
Yeah. Wow.
So what sort of animals will we be able to see from this level?
From this level, for example, in mammals you can see monkeys. Also you can see the sloth, you know, the animal that move very slow, because they are up high looking the fresh leaf, the new leaf. Also in birds you can see eagles, you can see macaws, you can see parrots also.
This is terrifying. We're about 30 meters off the ground, and this thing really does move quite a bit. Please don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall.
The forest actually is divided into 4 different sections, and it's not along the ground, it's vertical. The interesting thing is that animals lighter than 12 kilograms can go up to the top branches, which are meters up. So they're usually in the safe zone from the predators, because there are a lot of predators in the jungle. So we got to experience that. You could see over all the trees, and you could actually see how high some of them were, because, I mean, there's so many different levels of growth.
Birds can definitely be considered the guardian angels of the rainforest because they play such a pivotal role in developing this ecosystem, as they are the best seed droppers. However, as far as entertainment goes, they wouldn't make very good movie stars because we can hear them, we just can't always see them.
When I heard medicinal walk, I was kind of bored, and I thought, oh no, can't we just go hunt an anaconda or something like that? But it was probably one of the most exciting parts of my whole trip.
We went through the medicinal garden, and it was quite a fantastic experience because it gives you a bigger understanding of where our modern day medicines and treatments come from. It all comes from trees, plants, nature, Mother Earth.
Who would have thought that the plants in the jungle have so many remedies?
¿Ves así? Se pasa.
Dame. Entrégame.
Oh, now you smell like garlic.
Wow, look this. This is the garlic tree. Well, I have the leaf here. And the leaf, the people are using like a mosquito repellent. You know, the leaf they are smashing, and later they are using like a mosquito repellent. You want to try it?
It's best you try as well because, you know, when one person eats garlic, the other needs to too.
I've got bites everywhere already, so I don't think it's going to help with me.
Yeah, that will work. You will see.
That worked very, very well.
Smells like garlic.
This beautiful palm that is growing here is flowering at the moment. That smells very good. The people are using this to make a perfume.
The jungle really does have a wealth of hidden treasures. This, for example, could be seen as one giant pharmacy. I got a garlic mosquito repellent, but since it smells really bad, I've come to the cosmetics department, and this makes a really fantastic perfume. Wait up, guys, I'm coming now.
The guide that we were traveling with was just such an unbelievable guy because he was a modern day Mowgli. I'd asked him at one stage, you know, were you raised by the jungle? And he said, yes. You lived in the jungle all your life? Yes.
And what is this supposed to be?
Well, this one is a date, really, the fruit from this beautiful palm we know like chapaja.
So we got to this one plant, and Jeannie suffers from asthma.
And they said, well, this is very good for asthma. This is nature's cure for asthma. Apparently, if you take this larva from the tree, you will be completely cured of asthma. And I thought, well, ta-da! Heavens had opened for me. I thought, what a brilliant idea. I'm just going to take this larva for the next couple of days. I'm going to be healed. Only larva isn't tree sap as what I thought it was.
I'm not eating that either.
Dame me.
To eat it for asthma.
That's a worm.
As it turns out, larva is a worm. A fat, white, squirming worm.
But we have to eat that. That cures
No,
the
you
asthma.
have to eat it.
I'd
You've got
rather have
asthma.
asthma, thank you.
No. Well, I don't want to hear any more about these asthma attacks and stuff. You've got to eat this now. So of course I was like, Jeannie, you've got to do it. You just got to do it. It's a day.
I said no, and I was adamant. I was not going to eat this worm. I'm sorry, I don't even eat carbohydrates, so I'm not going to go and eat a worm.
I dare you to eat this.
Do you want to eat it?
No, are you insane?
I dare you to eat it. Come on.
Show me first.
Yeah, I dare you.
Never. Okay, well look here, Janez, there's two. So you'll eat one,
Okay.
and then I'll eat the other.
Okay.
I want to see you do it first.
No, we do it together.
No? You do it first, that's my dare.
So I realized I've called it. And when you call something, you got to do it.
I would never in a million years have thought that he would have eaten this worm. So I waited, and he took this worm with all the confidence in the world. Janez doesn't even eat fish.
This is the day I made Jeannie eat a worm, but I've got to eat one first, damn it. I love you, my little wormy. Here we go.
Delicioso. Rico.
You know what's really nice is the aftertaste. It really tastes wormy. It was like eating a Snicker bar.
Who's the king of the jungle?
Did that look like Tarzan?
You Tarzan, me Jane.
Damn it, man. I need to work on that. It's not good enough.
Next week on Top Travel.
So there we had this worm, crawling, moving, wriggling, and I said to her, I dare you to eat it.
For the first time in my life, I beat Janez at something.